We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Yes, let's jump right into it, man. The clips of this Tyrese Breakfast Club interview, they look quite crazy, to be honest. But once you watch the full video, the full interview, you'll get a better perspective of where Tyrese is mentally. Because, I mean, I'll be honest, I watched the clips, I was like, this is a train wreck. RJ.
Let me tell you one thing.
You did. Well, why aren't you crying? Where are the tears?
I can't fake tears. Unfortunately,
Are you saying?
I,
Are you saying he was faking tears?
I can only throw paper, but I
Are you
can't
saying
fake
he was
tears.
faking tears?
No, I can't fake
Oh,
tears.
you
That's what I'm
can.
saying.
Oh,
I
know,
can. He wasn't
okay.
faking. Oh no,
Okay.
we know he wasn't faking the tears. Nah, man. But as you said, when I saw him crying first and foremost on the Breakfast Club, was I surprised? No, I wasn't.
No, it's Tyrese.
And I found the clips that went viral, hilarious. I'm happy I still got to watch I'm happy I made time to watch the full episode because there's a lot to unpack there. It was an interview of less than an hour, I believe, but it was filled with very great content. But of course, before we proceed, because of course we're gonna highlight some of the important things, or at least the most noteworthy things of that interview. Guys, we want to thank you for being here. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button. Follow us on our other socials, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. KR, let's start.
Yes. So Tyrese has been dealing with a lot of loss, and that's I think what is the reason why these clips have. It's just a moment in the whole interview. I mean, it's a very raw moment indeed. I mean, Tyrese has opened up like never before, I think, in this interview, and that was the results of what what like never before. Are you saying he's always like
He's
this?
always been
Maybe,
there. He's always done
maybe,
it.
maybe you're right on that, but I think the way they stacked up these questions led to that moment, because it was slowly but surely. If you look at the questions they asked, I'm wrong again, I guess.
Well, no, in this case, I'm. This is like black culture. You know, bad is good. She's bad. That means she's good. So this means you're right. Let me tell you one thing.
I guess I've been
The
too
mo-
much in the suburbs with my
the
mom.
moment the interview started, they were trying to go to the mental health. They were trying to
Well,
ascertain his
it was-
mental health. And as you said, building it up slowly but surely. The only question that he didn't get to ask due to time running out was, are you crazy, Tyrese?
Yo.
But you could see they were trying to trigger him. They were trying to get him to the breaking point.
Yeah, it's crazy. It started already. If you watch the interview, it started with the whole envy, DJ envy, Tyrese situation. That led it already last time into a, well, not so good situation. It's a lot of back and forth between the two on the social media and all that stuff. And I don't know what they were hoping for. Maybe that they would be scrapping, as he would say, beating each other up. But it wasn't. It was a good moment. I think if you look, they both hugged, and they talked it out before the show. Such a shame they weren't able to do that during the show. But I mean, Envy had to go, so that the end that situation was also very weird when he was going, and Charlemagne makes this usual jokes about different things.
Yeah.
Crazy situation there as well, but let's look at the biggest moments of this interview, because it's been an interview that, I mean, we've all seen the, well, we're not gonna watch it, but we're only going to listen first of all. But we've all seen the viral clips, but there are also a lot of gems in between those. Let's start with the moment he basically addressed his ex, and as we all know, and we have covered it in the past as well, Tyrese has been dealing with a, for a lack of a better word, maybe abusive ex-wife. And we're talking about after the fact they have separated and filed for divorce. Seems like she keeps, well, trying to use them as a bank. Let's call a spade a spade. But he addresses her. Let's listen to what he had to say. Well, again, I'm not gonna show it because these people hit you with a copyright notification right away. Fair use.
You did. But God, ex, I know, hear me, to my ex, you fucked me up. You did. But God had this to happen for a reason. Because what I gave birth to, and this album, and this music, never existed before that.
De zekerheid van.
Yeah.
So we are talking here with this situation where he's saying that his ex has technically helped him with this new album because of the hurt he's been through. And you can clearly hear in his voice, and I mean you clearly can see that in every of his other social media videos in which he talks about his ex. He really believed in love. Let's start there. He really believed he found the one, and then he divorced and basically said the person I was with is not the person that I divorced. RJ.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, well, I would say I don't think he necessarily said it. She
And this
helped
one.
him. What?
Oh, you mean now? Oh, sorry, my
Yeah,
bad.
yeah. That she said that she helped him. I don't think that she said that she helped him. As much as she said that she caused a crisis in his life that ultimately led to something beautiful, because he was also promoting his album that's coming out in this month, right? Or is it already out?
It's coming. It's not. It's
coming
not
out, yeah.
out yet. It's coming the 30th, he said, or 29th of August, something like that.
If it's the 29th of August,
Yeah, you said this month. My bad. I was thinking this week. My bad. My bad. Yes, it's this month. Yeah, it's coming out this.
actually today.
Well, technically speaking, so this is why you shouldn't do two things at the same time. I just got the message in here, and I was reading the message, and at the same time, I hear you talking in my head, and in a sense, I gave the answer I was trying to write to you. The information got screwed up, but anyway, yes.
But in any case, it's a good. So he's promoting that. He's promoting the album, and what he's saying is that the pain she put him through ultimately led to him being or creating this, what he calls, masterpiece. I don't think
Yes.
he used the words or the term opus magnum, but it seems like the way he was talking, like this is like the best album he's ever made.
Yeah, sounds like it. He almost got. He wanted Envy to say it's the biggest album this year without him even listening to the album. That
Yeah.
was a crazy situation.
Yeah, but yeah, so I think it was very interesting to see Tyrese on that interview. During that interview, very vulnerable, and I have to correct myself or agree with you partially, because I said it. I don't think that's the most vulnerable we've seen him, or most open we've seen him. I do think it's the most open we've seen him. I don't think it's the most vulnerable we've seen him, because that was when he was crying on the phone. He also gave some explanation, saying that he was under using drugs during that time. So I don't know if they were anxiety drugs or something. No, not so
you mean
medical,
you mean the
pharmaceutical drug.
medical, yeah, pharmaceuticals. I'm like,
Yeah.
what
So
behind
and that made him
the drugs? Yeah,
trip. So that's one thing he talked about, which was also a bit nuanced. That's why I think it was good. And if you guys haven't watched it, I think it's good to watch the full episode if you want to get a better context. Because if you only see the highlights, of course, they're going to show you Tyrese's lowlights, you can see. But he did appear very powerful in moments. He just started singing randomly. And artists are going to be artists, man. Artists are, they can start singing at the table. I think I told you, KaiR. I have a poet, family member of mine. He will just recite his poets in public with people sitting, like during during a wedding or something. Not, of course, not during the ceremony, but afterwards. And people will start looking around, and I'm like, okay, is this the longest one you have? Can you just give me a haiku and we're done? But I guess not. In any case, artists are artists, and that's what I want to say about this. He addressed Samantha Lee, which is his ex, and saying, "You hurt me," and
you can clearly see she hurt him.
yeah,
He believed, like I said, he believed that she was the one.
yeah, because he did mention he mentioned that to him. That was one of the clips that went viral when he started crying. When they asked him about all the trauma he's been through, and he said yes, passing. So the divorce is one, but also the passing of two sisters, and he also mentioned a couple of other things. But yeah, he was clear about it, saying that don't only ask women when there's a divorce. Don't only ask women how they're doing when there's a miscarriage. Don't only ask the woman how she's doing. Check up on the man as well, because men we tend to suffer in silence. And yeah, it is what it is.
He
It's
might
part,
have a point
it's
there.
part of the burden we need to carry, and you do need to have like people to talk to. But at the end of the day, we also need to keep it pushing.
Is Tyrese the next big person after Kevin Samuels, Andrew Tate? Is he the next freedom fighter for men?
I thought, no, I don't think so.
Okay,
I don't think so. No.
I don't believe it either, but I had to ask you the question because he seems to be into when he had that problem with his ex-wife, he asked people to come to the court hearing and pray with him, and it sounded like he was going the man's right way, but I don't know. I guess not.
I don't think so. I think he's no. It was just like men cry.
Yeah, that's opposite of what.
And don't give me any tissues because you need to see me cry. It was very powerful in that moment. He seemed very powerful. So he was vulnerable, but still powerful. And was a very great moment, especially for his, I would say, his marketing as well. But there's more.
There's more. Yes, there is always more. Because someone like Tyrese has two sides. So Tyrese has the funny, the serious, emotional Tyrese, but Tyrese also has let's say, a playful side. And he was talking about, I mean, he has the money. The guy ain't hurting.
Yeah, they know what that's interior.
But the thing is, I don't think it's very smart of him to talk about his money while his wife is trying to sue him. But okay. Maybe I'm looking this from a different angle. But let's Fair use. I'm gonna play the audio right now.
No, that Centurion called a Black Hawk.
Let me go
Yeah,
back
they-
a little bit.
Jewelers online, call all of them. All your most favorite popular jewelers online, and all got my black Centurion. You don't know what Centurion is?
That platinum card.
No.
No, that Centurion called a Black Hawk.
Yeah, they know what that Centurion is. That thing goes through.
You got
I'm
it?
good. I don't lose no sleep
Yeah.
over trying to win the popularity contest from showing up with all this jewelry that I'm gonna leave on a nightstand and have a housekeeper to say, I don't know. I'm sure you don't know.
I don't know.
I'm sure you don't know what them $250,000, fucking $250,000 fucking earrings is at. I don't know. We looked everywhere. I'm sure you looked everywhere. That motherfucker retired 2 weeks later.
Oh.
Hey, sure. Hey, these motherfucking
Okay.
hotels ain't paying me back to this day. You know how much goddamn jewelry I
Tyrese.
lost?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Sometimes you take some losses in life. I don't know.
Yeah. But to me, he did show a lot of, like I said, growth, also power. To be there, stand the way, so sit and talk the way he talked, owning the space, stepping up, being himself, talking about what need to be talked about, the tough conversations, some conversations about his latest national anthem appearance, where he was
He looked crazy in that one. But apparently there is a reason why he looked that way.
a very valid reason. Yeah,
That
so
reason,
it was
yes,
great
but
to hear
if you
that.
don't know the background, it's you turn on the Chargers game, or was it the Rams? I don't know which one. It was the Rams.
Chargers, I think.
Was it?
No,
Okay.
or the Rams. No,
So they play at the same stadium, so I don't know which one it is. So it's SoFi. SoFi, they both play at the same stadium. So I tuned in, or at least I didn't tune in. I was looking on.
it was the Rams.
It was the Rams, right? Yeah. I was looking at by coincidence, it almost have the same color as well. So
Exactly. Yeah.
it's a show. I was on Twitter X, and I was scrolling through everything, and I suddenly saw someone with a beard saying, I was like, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
But there is a reason for it, and well, it's a valid one. So it is what it is.
Yeah. So I do think, KR, that this can be a U-turn for him, for his career, because we all knew him for a couple of years now as the crying father. You know, the crying. We knew him for his dispute with his ex, Samantha Lee, and everyone was clowning him, and they still are. But I do think that this is slowly but surely turning around. The thing is, Tyrese, you can't be going on platforms after this and crying again and again and again. So
Yeah.
get out what you need to get out, and
Stop
Or-
crying, because at a certain point it starts looking like you're acting. But
at
Okay,
a
you're-
certain point, yeah. And at the end of the day, no matter what, KR, we know it. Women will say, no, you can be vulnerable. But you know how many times when you say, oh, I'm sick, oh, look at you. You know how many women say that? Like, oh, men are always, what's the word they use? They always exaggerate when they're ill. A lot of women say that. And I'm like, yeah, but that's the man's vulnerable moment at that moment. So imagine if we start saying it every single time a woman is vulnerable. That will be insensitive.
in general, people don't care about men's feelings, and I think
No, they don't. Yeah.
that's the reason for that. So, well, utilities, right? But
But what I am seeing, and you could see it on the Breakfast Club as well, and I am grateful to see that in general, you do see men opening up to other men more and more. So in the past, I believe this was like more taboo because you need to remain strong. but a man can open up to another man, and get it out. But it's like practical advice. Hey man, hey KR, you listen. You know how we are, man. Guys are like, you listen. Okay, yeah, yeah. Tough man, tough man. Hey man, do what you gotta do, because that's what you need to do.
Yeah,
That's
and
it.
that's true. But what do you want me to help you with,
Yeah.
bro? You
Do what you gotta
gotta
do.
be your own man, my man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can sit here. I'll be honest, RJ, I have I understand this, but at the same time, you have to solve it yourself. You can't. I understand why he's emotional in this situation, but at the end, it's you. That's why you're a man. You're supposed to solve your own problems. Crying on a screen in front of a camera won't help you.
No, in itself.
It won't
But
help. It won't help. Crying in front of a camera helps women in general because
but
people.
in this case, I'm grateful because we used to see him only crying, but now
Yeah,
he was
that's true. That's
crying.
true. That's true.
But also he's also showing that I'm working. The project is it's a beautiful pain, which is the name of his album. The project is an independent project. He's working. He's trying to move forward. Of course, he's still in the battles, in the legal battles, so it's not like it's something of the past. He still needs to deal with them. But I'm great. It was great for me to see Tyrese owning responsibility over his life and take care of business. So, Tyrese, all the best to you. I don't know about you, KR, because as you know, I have a LP player. So I just ordered me a Beautiful Mind
Really,
limited edition
autograph.
vinyl. Yeah.
Okay. Good for you. Good for you. I have
Yeah,
to.
yeah. I hope it was Tyrese. I hope this isn't a scam, because this better be the best LP
Oh,
since one of these. How did he call them? Microwave boys, right?
pause.
These
Pause.
microwave artists.
Oh, you ordered one. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Good.
ordered one. Yeah.
Good. Let's see, man. I mean, the first single sounded good, so I might take a look at it. Uh, I have to ask my. Anyway, I don't have money. I'm broke, so I have to see whether my accountant can give me some money. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Let us know what you think about this whole interview, man. It's is it a good thing that he was open about this whole situation? Do you think that Tyrese is coping with the losses in a bad way, or is this a way to express himself freely? Do you think he should stop talking about his ex-wife, or do you expect him to stop after this? He's clearly hurt. He's still talking about her. At a certain point, you gotta close the book on her or throw the book at her. Anyway, let us know in the comments what you think. I'm not, by the way, I'm talking about figuratively. I'm not talking about any book. I'm not pro violence towards anyone. You will get locked up if you do stuff like that. Guys, let us know in the comments what you think about this whole situation. RJ.
Yes, guys. Let us know what you think about the situation. And remember as well, if you haven't done so already, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates on different stories where we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. Thanks for watching, and let's keep the conversation going in the comment section. With that being said, we can move to the Reddit segment.
Reddit. RJ always has a Reddit for us, and today he has a special story. I hope it's a good one. It's always very interesting. On Monday, we talked about a guy who stopped the intercourse when he heard the safe word. Apparently, the safe word was,
Peach cobbler.
yes, peach cobbler, and it was a shit test. So he dumped her after that. Let us
Yeah.
know in the comments of Monday's show what you think about this whole situation. Guys, RJ, you have the floor.
Thank you, KR. And in today's Reddit segment, we're gonna talk about some paternity test drama.
Oh, I've seen enough paternity test episodes to know.
Paternity court.
Yes, paternity court test. I mean, I've seen Maury. It's also a paternity test. You are not the father. Ay.
Whoa! Didn't see that one coming.
Use anyway. I can't use the word, guys. Hey, RJ, you can start.
Yeah.
What-
So this
what's the
is
story?
a post written by the wife of 26-year-old. She's married to Alex, who is her husband. He's 1 year older, so 27, and they've been married for a year. And I quote, "Recently, I found out I was pregnant. This was not planned. However, ever since we got married, we have not been using protection every time we got intimate, and I'm currently not on birth control. My guess is that if I'm only a few weeks along, no, my guess is that I'm only a few weeks along. I haven't seen a doctor yet. I told him when he got back from home, when he got back home from work yesterday. I personally was very happy about it because I've always wanted to be a mom. I was pretty sure I was all smiles when I told him, and I thought he would be too once he found out the news. Let me add that he's been neutral on having kids. My assumption was wrong. Immediately, he gets super upset and asks how in the hell this could happen. I explained to him that while it was sudden, we hadn't been using protection every time, so it wasn't that surprising. I thought he would have understood. KR, is that a question you ask? You do it without protection, and then you ask how it could have happened.
Yeah, well, there is a chance because maybe he sniffed.
Maybe. For some reason, he didn't understand. After a few minutes of back and forth, he demanded a paternity test and told me there was no way it was his. Fit. I was hurt and insulted. Let me be very clear that I will never cheat on my husband. I have also never given him any reason for him to be suspicious about me cheating on him.
He's been watching a lot of Fresh and Fit.
I was so taken aback that he doubted my loyalty enough to ask for a paternity test. I told him I couldn't believe he was seriously asking me for that. He said that I wasn't helping my case and that if I had nothing to hide, then I would have taken the test and proved my loyalty to him. I don't think you should worry about her loyalty to you, sir. You should be worried about her faithfulness to you.
Oh man,
I
these
honestly
guys,
can't remember all that I
guys
said.
are bums, man. Yeah, come on, man. Continue, RJ. My bad.
I honestly can't remember all that I said, but I ended up saying something along the lines of, if you're doubting me and my loyalty so much that you think I cheated on you and got pregnant with someone else's baby, then I don't think I want one with you anymore. I don't want to be tied to someone who clearly doesn't trust me. He blew up at me and accused me of cheating once again. It was a big argument, and he said I was being shitty, dismissing his concerns and saying that asking for a paternity test was valid. In the end, I agreed to the test, but said that I stood by my words. Had to highlight that because some people are saying that I didn't agree to it when I very much did. We haven't spoken since the argument, and he's currently at work. I went to my friend for advice, and she said that while he was out of line for accusing me of cheating, I shouldn't have said to him over one of his I shouldn't have said that to him over one of his valid concerns. And that clearly, and she puts valid in quotation marks, of course. So I'll say it again. I went to my friend for advice, and she said that while he was out of line for accusing me of cheating, I shouldn't have said that to him over one of his valid concerns, and that clearly had a reason to feel, and that he clearly had a reason to feel that way about the situation. I cannot fathom.
Wait a second. Repeat the last part of that sentence.
And that clearly had a reason to feel that, and that he clearly had a reason to feel that way about the situation.
That's what the friend said.
Yeah.
There is part of the story she's not writing. What
I
continue?
cannot fathom what made him feel like I was cheating on him. I was just so hurt that he would insult me like that and accuse me of doing something so disgusting when I thought we were supposed to have trust in each other. But am I wrong in saying what I did?
These people.
A lot, and two edits, maybe just to get some context. A lot of people are suggesting he got a secret vasectomy that failed, and that did cross my mind. During the argument, I did ask if he got a vasectomy or was infertile, and that's why the baby couldn't be his, but he dismissed that and continued saying it just couldn't be his. And a second edit is, I feel like this guy's living in he's manifesting here. The second edit is, I feel I should elaborate on the neutral about kids part. I told him while we were still just dating that no kids was a deal breaker for me. He said that was fine because his stance on it was that if we were ever to have kids, it's fine. And also, I have no issues with men wanting paternity tests. I just had an issue with him blatantly accusing me of being a cheater with no solid proof. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Yeah. I think she wrote something else, right?
She wrote something else, yeah.
Okay. I'm a good listener. Sometimes I'm deaf, but I'm a pretty good listener. No, but continue. That's it?
Yeah, so the question is whether she's wrong for saying that if you don't trust me with this, if you don't trust me now, then I don't want to have a second kid with you.
Yeah, a second kid. Yeah, so
because this one is probably his. And so, but she's saying if we go through with the paternity test, it means you don't trust, because that's what you said at the beginning. Let's stick to what you said. So to her, it was a sign of him not trusting her. And so, and then she said, well, if you're going to do this, that means you don't trust me. And if you don't trust me, then I don't think I would want another baby with you either.
Yeah, so I'll say this, right? We're talking about a situation here that could have been avoided if they have talked about this before they have unprotected intercourse. I mean, you cannot fill a girl up and then expect her not to get pregnant. It's crazy. This is how old are they?
26, and the husband is 27.
Come on, man. You should know better, man. You're filling her up every day, maybe twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, and then you're surprised when she's pregnant. Going back, this could have been avoided by just talking about it before you stop filling her up. You just say, if you get pregnant, we both agree to take a paternity test, because I've seen crazy stuff happening. And they both agree, and then after your agreement, you start doing your thing. Because this is childish to start calling, saying she cheated. By the way, what I think is also remarkable is her friend saying he has a valid reason. That's why I said I think she's telling maybe part of the story. Maybe she's cheated in the past, or maybe he got her by cheating. Maybe she was in another relationship and he started filling her up. And then, why is the friend saying he has a valid point? I have no idea. There is a part of the story that's not being told here. Whatever happens, I think, to be honest, I don't think she is. I think she's. The thing she said really, these are kids, man. These kids are.
Yeah, so I think what she was saying, and of course, this is an interpretation, issue because I interpreted it differently. The way I interpret it is that the friend was saying, if the friend was saying, and I'm just gonna try to rephrase it, if if this was a valid concern to him, then it's it explains why he got mad about it. So
That's a circle.
with it being with it being the legitimate father, yeah.
Anyway,
So it's just like when a woman starts expressing her feelings and it doesn't make sense to you, but it's real to her, then it would make sense if you say after your feelings, that she'll get upset because to her it's real. So I think that's what she's saying here.
okay.
If it is important to him and you talk to him the way you react, the way you do, then of course he would get mad. Yeah.
Kind of, you should listen to him because he said he
Yeah,
expressed.
I mean, he expressed
He's a
his
nut job.
concern.
I'll tell you this: you cannot come out of there and say you cheated on me, bro. This is crazy. He just out of nowhere. Does he have proof?
No,
Just
I think no, I think when you ask a woman for a paternity test, they take it personal.
No, that I understand. Yes, I do agree with that.
So
But that's why you have to talk about it beforehand, not start.
no,
spinning it
yeah,
up.
I do
And
agree.
the guy said to her she cheated out of nowhere.
Yeah, so I think the sequence was that no, I think the sequence was that he demanded yeah, I think you're right, by the way. Let me see.
This is crazy. Read it again. Read it.
Let me
Listen
see.
what you're reading. Read it out loud. This man is a nut
Okay.
job.
Immediately he gets super upset and asks how in the hell this could happen. I explained to him that while it was sudden, we hadn't been using protection every time. So it wasn't so it wasn't that surprising. For one reason he didn't understand. For some reason he didn't understand. After a few minutes of back and forth, he demanded a paternity test and told me there was no way it was his.
So if you say to her, no way it's mine, that means that someone else is in your pool.
But the thing is, when you ask, if you ask a woman for a paternity test, that means you're doubting whether you're the father or not. So the woman will inevitably assume that you're saying
Yes.
she cheated, or you consider that she cheated. While it's actually, well, I think in his case, he really did think that he cheated, which is very weird because they've been doing it without protection, and now you're saying you don't understand. Maybe you were taught that it would only that you could only get pregnant if you're facing west. I don't know what you've been taught in school, but
This is why
when you ask, it's just a confirmation, and I believe men do not have the right to tell a woman what to do with the baby. But they do have a right to require a paternity test.
Are you sure about that though?
Yeah.
How so?
Her body her body, I always say their body, her choice.
Okay, let me ask you this question: can men get pregnant? Let's continue. I'll open that door. I'll walk with it with a shot.
I mean,
barrel in my hand.
depending on who you ask, you can say someone will tell you yes, they can. The funny thing is, it's the same people that tell you that a man can get pregnant. It's the same people that say men have nothing to say. Yeah, you're right. Because the people who say men cannot get pregnant, this discussion, it's point blank period. We're not gonna discuss anything else.
Yeah, it's pointless. I know that you don't believe that, but I thought it was a funny addition.
It was a good one though. So,
but yeah, I do think that the guy is these things you gotta talk beforehand. You you shouldn't walk afterwards and start demanding stuff. You have to clean the road for the. But most people don't think ahead. They don't think ahead of time. They just act in the moment. These talks you have to have beforehand, right? Long time before. You both agree on things. Because I understand, I truly believe, and you're right on that. When you say to a woman, "I want a paternity test," you're basically telling her she was out here taking other men's aubergine. At
That's what
will.
you're basically saying. And yeah,
And
but
which
I
is
think
something that it's legitimate. You if if
and I
if she
think
understand if she that's how she understands it, that is legitimate.
hmm, but I think men should ask if they're not certain they have the right, they can.
Yes,
Because we've seen a lot of men who didn't ask and they get put in family court. It's
yes.
not a personal thing, it's a statistical thing.
It's you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? You
What?
raise someone for whole their life. So they're 18 and then she tells for some reason you have to do a blood donation or whatever, and you find out that girl or boy is not yours. That breaks your heart. All this time you were together with someone that basically lied for years. That breaks your heart. That's all I'll say. So
Yeah.
I understand his point as well. So, but yeah, if you're filling her up two to three times a week, man, and you're saying it's impossible, you might be delusional.
Yeah. Well, let me discuss the top topics and top comment, and then we can move. So the top comment, you guys have unprotected. Uh, you guys have unprotected relations without any form of birth control. What exactly is you surprised about? This happened to a family friend of my husband's. She wanted a boy. They started trying. They got pregnant. He lost it. Apparently, he thought they couldn't get pregnant because they had a couple of close calls when they weren't trying. I don't know.
What?
They got divorced. She had the baby while shopping for furniture. They ran into each other while he was hand in hand with his girlfriend. He sees his ex, bolts out of the store, leaving the new girl behind. I feel so bad for the baby, but maybe he can, KR, you need to really vet who do you, women. We can tell you what to do with your body. We can tell you what to do with your relationship as well, either. But uh, the same guy, the same qualities, same goes for fathers, by the way. The same qualities you might find attractive as a partner might be very off putting as a mother or father. In any case, with that being said, guys, let us know your thoughts and opinions about this story. Do you think that it's cool to ask for paternity tests? Is it a sign that you don't trust a woman? Yes or no? And women, we want to hear from you as well what you believe, because of course we want to get multiple sides of the of our followers, multiple opinions, so everyone can formulate a more complete opinion. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell, rate the video by pressing the like button. Don't forget to share it. And of course, check us out on our other socials as well. KR, we can move to the next segment.
Yes, the next segment is the second story of the day. Uh it's a shameful story. We're talking about a guy who's a millionaire. He was a businessman. Went to Brazil and within 24 hours was in the bosom of Abram. Of course, you ask yourself, what really happened? So we're talking about Dwayne Antonio Morris. Let me share a picture of Dwayne with his current life partner or wife, as they call it. They called it life partner, but Dwayne went to, he's managing about $14 million worth of businesses from his own company. I mean, he's a business manager. And on August 8th, Dwayne Morris, 43, was found deceased in his rented apartment in Copacabana, Rio de Janeiro. Morris, who had traveled for Brazil for business, was found unconscious and later pronounced RIP at the scene. The cause, a potent and dangerous drug, GHB. Police revealed that Morris and a friend were targeted by two women who lured them into a trap. In this case, heartbreaking and alarming situation. Morris was a respected businessman and loving father with a bright future ahead. He was 43, so he had a while to
Oh,
go.
pretty young.
Pretty young. And how did everything happen, you ask yourself? So, according to the story that is in these articles, Dwayne went on, like I said, a business trip. After landing, he went with his friend to enjoy the city. And some drinks at the bar. There they meet two women. And it seems like at that point, that's when they gave them, because it's them, to the drug. His friend felt a bit ill, so he went a separate way, and he went back to their apartment with the two girls. And later they found him not there. And his friend went to the police because he felt ill, and they later on went to check up on Dwayne, and they found him basically a lifeless body. So yeah, they probably gave him the GHB. I've seen articles already talking about a passport bro. It seems like he's not really a passport bro. He was here just for business. And maybe, I'm not sure what his intentions were by taking those two home. Maybe it was for an extra drink or not, but it ended pretty badly for him. We've talked about this before as well, RJ, where we basically reviewed a clip of a passport bro who was in Colombia, if I remember correctly. And he was basically well, they tried. He was drugged because he took a sip of that drink live on stream. So they warned him. He didn't drink and left the bar right away. So he took a sip, and during taking that sip, he was looking at his screen. They told him she was putting something in your drink, and he walked away after. They tried to get him, stop him from leaving, but at the end, he continued walking away. So yeah, it's a crazy story, and I mean, we've talked about this before. You have to be very careful when you're out there in these foreign countries. You think you can go there and maybe bang a couple of chicks, but people are waiting for you, man. They're waiting for you, and you're a lick. For them, you're a lick, RJ.
Yeah, you're a target when you get there. And you said it doesn't seem like it's a passport bro, but it doesn't matter. When you have resources, you will be surrounded by people who want to extract from your resources. So it can be either people are trying to do business with you, people are trying to enter in some sort of imbalanced partnership with you, where you would need to put up all the money and they would come with the expertise that they don't have a track record of. We know, and in cases like this as well, you have a lot of um, you have a lot of people who are there for who want you at least romantically. They will use their beauty, they will use their attractiveness and their sex appeal to seduce you. And of course, guys, don't forget to rate the show by press the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and check us out on our other socials as well. But the more you have, the more you stand to lose. It makes sense. So a lot of people, especially guys, especially nowadays, people will tell, yeah, you need to provide, but be an equal part. You need to earn more, but be an equal partner. So what do you want? But people are trying to work hard and they have like self-esteem issues because basically what the society tells men is without resources, you ain't ish. You're a good friend, but if you want something romantic, you can because you need to cover the cost. And I'm already a boss B that earns 100K per month. So that means, or this per year. So that means you need to earn more than me because if you earn equally, if we earn the same amount of money, you're a bum and things of that nature. So they work so hard, get their money, and then they start getting attention, but they forget that's usually the ones who who showed them attention when they had nothing are usually the best fit for them.
Yep.
But when they realize that they don't have to settle for the uglies, that they think that, hey, now I have like more options, they go for the very same women who will not be there to help them grow, but break them financially and in life. And so some people will then say, "Oh, you know what? It's a local thing. We need to go abroad," which is why you have passport bros, which is why people go abroad. Or when you go abroad, you see different cultures. Of course, the Latin culture, they're more warm. I know more about the Spanish-speaking Latin culture than Brazilian-speaking Latin culture. So as it relates to their women, personality-wise, of course. But I don't know how they are, but I can imagine if you feel the warmth of a Latin woman talking to you in a different way than you're used to, because I mean, the guy is black. Is the guy black?
I show this picture.
Yeah, so he probably he was probably yelled at all his life, and now you have maybe yeah,
This is him with his current partner.
yeah. So then he said, "No, I don't want to be yelled at all my life. Why are these women yelling at me all the time?" So then he said, "I'm going to settle for a white one." But the white lady was maybe a bit too vanilla. And then he thought something in between. Hey, even if you don't have any intentions, I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. But you didn't put on your hat, so it's good. But but what I'm saying is, um, you don't, even if you didn't have any intentions in doing, taking things to escalating things to go to the bedroom, etc. It's just a matter of time. There's so many ways that they can drug you, and before you know it, it's gone.
Not
And they'll
only
do it, KR, for $1,000. Not
that's the
even
crazy
like,
thing. These people are hungry. Ribs
yeah.
are touching. Mama need new shoes. Baby needs to go to school. Needs uniforms. Been eating rice
Need to
and beans.
pay.
Been
Mama
eating
needs
rice
to.
and beans the whole week. I need something. I want a steak with that rice and beans.
Mama needs to pay for that, and you're like,
Ah, yo, you're crazy for that one. You're crazy for that one. What are you doing? But that's the situation. These people, you're a come up. You go to these places, you should move like you're a come up. You can't move like you're no one.
yeah,
I think that's what we're trying to say in previous shows as well, relating to passport bros and these situations. He's not a passport bro, but he's going out like a passport bro. We talked about the Asian guy who was in Colombia, who got kidnapped and got chopped up like cattle. It's crazy. You guys are moving very, very, very. Anyway, I can understand. I can understand. You're managing 40 million, dude. You have money. You have to move like you have money. You have to move. You better be careful. You think people, they see you coming a mile ahead. Let me tell you this. They see you coming a mile ahead. In a certain country I've visited before, I might be coming from that country. There is a saying where you basically it's passport bros is something that might be popular now in America, but in that country, passport bros have been living for a long time. They would go to Santo Domingo and then do their thing and come back home and then have a kid after a couple of years, and then they have to pay for whatever. So passport bro, they see you coming for a mile away. It's generations upon generations of women who servicemen, let's call it that way, and they see you coming. And sometimes, I mean, these days, 1,000, 2,000, man, you lose your life over nothing out there. You have to be very careful. That's what I'm trying to say. I mean, you can't move like this, man. 24 hours? Bro, you just landed.
Yeah. But I have to say, but I was planning on going to Brazil last year because there was a seminar there.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it got canceled, but and I was already planning, man. When I go to Brazil, it's just, I know people go to Brazil regularly. It's there are very dangerous parts. You need to know how you move, and
all over the world, there are dangers.
yeah, I understand what you mean. But what I'm saying is, a lot of people are adventurous. Do you know my style? You know how, what I do? And this is what I do. I mean, it doesn't matter if I'm in Rio de Janeiro or New York City. If I order, what I plan to do is what I'm going to do. I'm not gonna do alternatives. If I have an Uber in New York and I step out and there's a taxi, I'm waiting for the Uber in the cold. Some people will say, "Oh, there's a taxi, and he's late. I'm gonna take the taxi. That's gonna be the last ride you take." Well, second to last. You have the right to heaven, but but nah, man. So to me, when I was going, I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. So if I'm going to a resort, I'm going to a resort. I'm gonna stay in the resort. If the resort has trips that they offer, I might take those trips. But I'm not gonna. Do you think I'm gonna go on Google, search for something in the vicinity? I can do that in New York. In New York, I'll say, I'm gonna go to a new restaurant, cafe, and try it out. I'm never gonna do that in a country that I don't know, or at least a country that is known to have dangerous spots, because it's just one turn. It's just like LA. You're on the boulevard, and before you know it, you're in the ghetto. So it's
in the ghetto, and you're wearing blue, where everyone around is wearing red.
Yeah.
So, we've covered this. We covered this from both sides. I think we talked also in the past of one of the a female that was arrested in Brazil for doing this on a larger scale. It's a shame, because of course we're talking about a talented man. It's not. You're not a bum if you can put a portfolio of 40 million together.
Yeah.
So he's been working his whole life towards a point where he's financially safe and he can do whatever he wants to, and then you go out like this, man. It's a shame. All I say is keep your head on a swivel when you're out there, man. We can keep making these shows, warning you guys about these situations, but at the end, it's your own. You're the one who has to take care of yourself and be careful. RJ, anything else you want to say?
Yeah, nothing else relating to the topics. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates on different stories where we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. Thanks for watching. Keep the conversation going in the comment section, and we can move to the next segment.
Yes, sir. Hey, it's a short thought. We're back at it again. Short thought where we basically discuss commonplace situations and trending news in a shorter format. First topic of today is Tia Kemp. Tia Kemp, when we've talked about Tia in the past, I've made my remarks about her. And well, she went on 20v1. Everyone is going 20v1 these days.
And for those of you who don't know, Tia Kemp is Rick Ross's ex.
Yes, ex and the person who she hates the most, I think, in her life. But Tia, as you can see, Tia is on the left corner, but she's on the right as well, waiting for the guy to present himself during this 20v1, which is a dating show, or at least that's the goal. You find your match. Fair use. That is.
I see everybody didn't bring you none here. So I got a present for you. I got to be the first to bring you a present, my baby.
Now you're about to.
Yeah, I got something for you, my baby. Open that up. You're going to like it. You're going to enjoy it. Open that up. You like what I got you, baby? Show them what I got you a giant. I got you a giant toothbrush. You going to be ungrateful? I got you a giant toothbrush for your big ass. Oh,
trying to be funny.
you ain't trying to be funny. I mean, look, it's the color. It's the color. You might like the blue one. Huh, take the blue
Yeah,
one.
the second one.
Take the blue one. Why?
Play with me, man.
What you mean don't play with you?
Can play
I'm
with.
trying to worry about your
Play with me
hygiene.
like that, dog.
Your mouth big as.
To play with big back.
Are you serious right now? You gonna be ungrateful? You ain't gonna say thank you?
Face, man, nobody care
Man,
about
brush your teeth with this big ass.
Get your big back ass out my
Come
face.
on,
Y'all
this-
better get this big back ass.
Serious
man.
right now?
Get this
Brush
dusty
that-
ass out my face.
I
man.
literally, you know how long it took me?
Get your ass
How long
out
it
of
took me
here,
to-
dog.
You know how long it took me to find this big ass brush? You're acting ungrateful right now, man. What we doing? What we doing? I see everybody didn't bring you none here.
Bro, you're doing too much, man.
Everyone's chasing clout, man.
Everyone is chasing cloud, and the crazy thing is, she said, "Take this big bag away." Tia, your baby father is a big bag, so this is your type.
Ah,
Yeah, this is crazy, man.
dude had a second one ready because
He was prepared. He was going for that
maybe
cloud.
it's the color.
Oh man! Anything else you want to say?
No, nothing else, man.
Okay. Before she comes at us, I guess. Second story of the day. Texas man on the run after popping man who was dating his ex. Yes, because these guys are still out here, these losers. And I mean, we've talked about this in the past. Guys, don't crash out over your ex. Don't crash out over your ex. But if you do, I hope we lock you up forever because you're an unstable idiot. Fair use.
When he opened fire, the victim was lying in.
Give me a second again.
Opened fire. The victim was lying in bed right there next to his estranged wife. He's then also accused of forcing his wife to shoot the dead man a second time, saying he'd kill her if she didn't do that and help him dispose of the body. Lewis says his brother had only been dating the woman for a few weeks. In fact, just days before the murder, Mac was arrested for harassing communication for repeatedly calling his wife's phone. He posted bond, but then allegedly told his wife he'd been watching her all day the day before the murder. So allegedly when he opened fire, the victim was lying in bed right there next to his estranged wife.
Yeah, you're bums out here, bro. I'm telling you. Can be crashing out.
It's the emotional thing, right? It's thinking that the woman is your property.
Yep.
And sometimes you have men who treat their women bad. They will cheat, they won't pay rent, they won't do anything, and they will even break up with the woman to go with another woman, but will not accept the woman being in another relationship. I mean, it's a very, I don't know, man. You're not she's not your
You're in a
property,
dark
man.
place. You're in a dark place if this is how you go about your business, man.
Yeah, it's oftentimes it's insecurity. The insecurity level is very high. I mean, you can be with a woman, you can treat the woman extremely well. She might cheat on you, or she might not. You can be with a woman, treat her bad, and she won't cheat on you, or she may. At the end of the day, what she does
It's your
it's on
choice.
her. She's not your property. And if you're not together anymore, hey, if he doesn't want you, or if you didn't want her, whatever the reason may be, and that's why, I mean, KR, if I know, I mean, right now I don't, but when I was out there dating, if I know that there's someone else, even if because they say no one's really single.
Yeah.
So, but if you feel like someone isn't emotionally there, or if someone comes talking the first date, she starts talking about her ex,
Bruh. Bruh.
I had to learn this the hard way, man.
Yo, I don't want to get. I barely touched you a couple of times. Now I'm getting.
Yeah, and sometimes it's that, but it just means as well that she's not there. So if you're looking for something like a long-term relationship, finding someone who's broken, you should leave the person there. I mean, I'm saying you need to throw the person away, but you need to, a broken person, if the person is broken and you're looking for something, someone to date is different. But if you're looking for something intimate, or at least more serious, uh no, you need to let the person her uh, get over her husband first. And in cases like this, if the husband or ex is violent, you need to step away. I'm not going to put my life in danger. And we've seen people get got because they then stand up for their girlfriend of 1 month, and something happens to them. So it's not really, I mean, no, it's not my problem that you had a relationship like that, but deal with it. And maybe if you did deal with it and we meet each other in a different time and we're both single, then something can happen. But
It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, yeah, it's a crazy situation. You have to be very careful who you deal with before that ex crazy guy or girl. Sometimes don't get that twisted. It's both ways, but it seems like a lot of times with the leash stuff, some guys are really out there. Protect yourself at all times. That's all
yeah.
I'll say. Anything else you want to say about this?
No, nothing else to say about this topic. Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification icon, rate the show by pressing the like button, share the video with your friends, your family, and your enemies. And don't forget to comment. Let us know in the comment section what you think about the topics we discussed in today's show. Whatever your thoughts are, let them know in the comment section below. We want to hear what you think. It's been a pleasure. Until next time. Peace.